We're back. Time for another edition of the Carolina Insider. It is Thursday. Grab that wheel, Adam. It's social drive time. Don't text while driving, though. We know that. That's like closing your eyes, driving up and down a football field. Nobody would do that. What we would do is go through social media and find some fun Tar Heel topics. We have so much. We actually had to cut stuff out of this social drive. First time we've been with you in several weeks. So some of these topics are a little bit older. We're going to get to all of them as we move through the next few weeks. But Adam, we start with something that is very fresh, and that is Sam Howell getting the start for the Washington Commanders this past weekend. And what a performance for Sam as he led Washington to a victory over the Dallas Cowboys. You'll see here on his first pass as a professional, throws a touchdown to Terry McLaurin. He rushed for a touchdown as well. Just a great performance, and good job by Sam taking advantage of the opportunity.
We've seen runs like this a few times before in Sam's Carolina career. It's harder than people think to sit there for the entire NFL season and not play, and then come in week one and do what he did. And it felt like coaches and teammates appreciated it, because not only did Sam get touchdowns, he also got the game ball.
And gave a little speech to his teammates afterwards as well.
I appreciate y'all, man. Support me all week. Y'all always have my back, but Coach always says it, man. It's in this room. Dallas had everything to play for, man, and we beat them. We beat them bad, too, and it could have been a lot worse. We left a lot of things out there, man, so let's carry this momentum into the offseason and let's roll these boys next year.
Those words I've ever heard Sam Howell say consecutively, so congratulations to Sam and to Washington. Unfortunately, for them not heading to the postseason, but finishing a quality season off, and interested to see how Sam fits into the mix there at the QB spot moving forward. All right, let's change gears, go to basketball. Again, some of these highlights are a little bit older because we hadn't been with you in a while, but Adam, this one was worth waiting for. This happened right around Christmas time with Kobe White, but I would say this is an impressive coast-to-coast basketball play by Kobe White.
Sam Howell to Kobe White, two tough little nuts.
Yeah.
I think they're related in that way. This just reminds you of how good these players are. I mean, this is all instinct that Kobe White does this. The steal, the spin, and the pass. No time to think about any of that. He just does it because that's how gifted he is. And fun to watch at Carolina, fun to watch in Chicago.
Speaking of gifted, one of the most gifted at Carolina and got the most out of it, too, was Tyler Hansbrough. Still, although that rebound record, Armando Bacot's coming for it, but still Carolina's all-time leader in points and rebounds, Tyler Hansbrough, and going to be honored in his home state of Missouri. Of course, he very famously from Poplar Bluff, and Adam, good to see him in the Missouri State Hall of Fame.
I bet there'll be nobody in Poplar Bluff the night that ceremony is occurring, as they will all journey to wherever it is to see one of their very favorite people in the whole wide world, Tyler Hansbrough.
Adam went to Poplar Bluff. They had a big mural of Tyler Hansbrough up on the side of a building.
And that's when he was in college. The mural was made when he was a high school player. That's how big he was in Poplar Bluff. They don't get bigger than Tyler Hansbrough in Poplar Bluff.
Of course, Tyler Hansbrough, I would say one of the key parts of that 2009 national championship. No matter what Fox tries to tell you, look, you have to look here. Look right above the score, right at the start of the UConn-Xavier game. Adam, they claim UConn was the national champion that year. They were in the Final Four that year, UConn, but they lost to Michigan State.
Well, you have to actually win all the games to be the national champion. That's kind of like how Illinois likes to be called the People's Champion from 2005. So I guess, I'm sure Gonzaga probably has some claim to 2017, but I'm sorry, guys. All the banners and all the trophies are here in Chapel Hill.
Tar Heels will just take last year then, too. If that's how it works, we'll just add a few more up there.
Hey, and 16. I won 16, too.
Yeah, why not? 81. Let's just keep going. Let's see if Adam and I can name all 77. How about 1946, Adam? All right, 1968. How about that one? Okay, let's move on. I've defeated Adam soundly in that exercise.
Wasn't even playing.
Of course, Hubert Davis, as you know, the head coach of Carolina basketball, but as you probably know also, a terrific player both at the college and professional level. Adam, I have to say, I've never seen this before. Christmas Day in '94, a mental error there by Steve Kerr at the end of the game. The Knicks were down 3 in Chicago. Don't know what exactly Steve Kerr was doing, but he slapped it right to Hubert Davis, who tied it up.
Not a good pass at all from Anthony Mason, but it ended up working out just fine because Steve Kerr, hearkening back to his volleyball days with a nice set to Hubert Davis, one of the best three-point shooters in NBA history, and Coach Davis knows exactly what to do with it.
By the way, it just I would encourage you to listen to Hubert Davis live every single week. But this particular week, we had a terrific show, talked about a bunch of different topics, including he went through his game day routine when he was a player with the Knicks and all the things he would do leading up to the game. He said if he did it now, he'd need a 2-hour nap easily before he could go coach. But it is worth listening just to, when you wonder how a guy stays in the league for 12 years, it's worth listening to the work that Hubert Davis put in every single game day when he was in the NBA. Of course, Coach Davis hoping to get the Tar Heels back to the national title game. We were talking about national titles earlier. One of the most famous in Tar Heel history is 1982. And Adam, what a cool picture that came across here over the last few weeks of the team playing after the Tar Heels won the 82 national title.
Look at James Worthy.
He's gassed.
Done. Front right there of the picture.
Short sleeve button up for James Worthy.
Sam Perkins looks like he's probably doing some homework.
Yeah.
But this is a great picture. Trust me, this has already been sent to the creative geniuses at Carolina basketball. Next time Tar Heels win a national title, this picture is getting redone.
You may have seen, of course, Michael Jordan in that photo. It looked like he was dozing off next to Matt Doherty. And Adam, we received this suggestion, and we talked a little bit about it on the audio podcast earlier this week. I think it's a great idea. So February 3rd, and it's Mitchell Jones who sent it to us, February 3rd of this year, which is, of course, 2023, will be 2/3/23. It's got to be Michael Jordan Day. Just makes sense.
Really, every day is Michael Jordan Day, but I don't mind that being the official holiday. That's a Friday. There'll be an audio pod. I think that's the weekend that Carolina goes over and plays at Duke in the first meeting of the season, so there'll be a lot happening, but none more important than the first ever and really only Air Jordan Day.
That replay of him doing the rock the cradle dunk that you saw there on the screen a minute ago, that was, right there. That's what 8-year-old Adam saw in his head all the time. He would just close his eyes and just watch that dunk over and over again in his mind.
That's also what I think I look like when I try to do that on a Nerf goal, and it actually doesn't look anything like that.
All right, before we get out of here, let's pick up a couple of pod fans, some fun stuff that we sent. Got a chance to see Shay Oaks and her daughter before the Wake Forest game. Yeah, Wake Forest game a couple of days ago. And Adam, what a cool moment here. There's Shay's daughter on the right side of the screen back when she was at the Holiday Clinic as a youngster and now here in school at Carolina checking out a game with her mom.
I bet you Ansley still has that hat, and probably it's now considered vintage.
Yeah, Coach, that was the year Coach Williams was in the sling for the first half of the season. Oh, I thought we were going back to the picture.
Wait a second, that's not Coach Williams.
Coach Williams is taking his shirt off. I'm surprised. No, this is from Scott Maitland, and it was Christmas morning. We're big Dewey's fans on the pod, including the sugar, Adam. What?
Bread.
Sugar bread. Andrew likes it too.
The sugar cake. Is that the sugar cake dance?
Adam, it was nice of you to share your dance moves with Andrew there. Apparently it was bobblehead day. Sometime, Rusty Sebastian, we can always count on you to give us some terrifying graphics. There we go.
I mean, it's not as big a day as Air Jordan Day.
Right, that's close. Then we go from bobblehead day to, we of course have Russian nesting dolls of the Tar Heels in Pod World headquarters. Adam, these are terrifying. We love Rebecca Black, but come on.
Yeah, top right is
that's nightmare fuel
nightmares.
there.
What is happening there?
Yeah, so RB, if you want to send us some, we'll put them there next to the 05 starting 5 that we have, including a tiny little Jackie Manuel there in Pod World headquarters. And then, Adam, we're going to end up with, this is wild here. You found it. What is this?
This is incredible. I really encourage everyone to go to this link, which you can't actually click on, but you can just try to find it out there on the internet. It's this story that an employee at this record store on Franklin Street at 456 West Franklin wrote about the Christmas Eve that Joni Mitchell and James Taylor came into the record shop after closing time.
Wow.
And there's this whole series of events, but the kicker is it ends with Joni Mitchell and James Taylor saying they're going to go caroling, which relates back to Dean Smith saying he remembered one day he heard carolers on Christmas Day, went out to see who it was. He wasn't really excited. It turned out that the group of carolers included James Taylor and Joni Mitchell. The day right after that happened, Jones.
Circle of life, Adam. Only here on the pod. Thanks for being here. We'll be with you from Louisville. Basketball-wise, yeah, Andrew will be watching. Don't worry about that. 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. We're on the air at 1 for the Heels and the Cardinals. Thanks for being here on the Carolina Insider.